Ash is finally back home. He's returned to the cabin. He's facing old demons and facing some new demons. Wow, what an episode, guys. I'm Daniel Rodriguez, aka Big D. It's time to review Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1, Episode 8, titled Ashes to Ashes. I think that name itself is just represents a lot for the show. Ashes to Ashes, man. I love that. This is a full nostalgia episode, really, because it takes back to Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead 1. If you have never seen those movies, I recommend it, man. I think I have Evil Dead 1 right here and Evil Dead 2. Let me just pop these out real quick. Yeah, there you go. Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I don't want to get it out of focus of them from far away. But I mean, I think Evil Dead 1 is out of canon, and then they redid Evil Dead 2 to make it like canon, so this is basically what they're following is Evil Dead 2. But it was just an amazing movie for its time, for the 80s, the horror. It's still, the practical effects and everything, the whole practical look, it was just perfect for its time, and it's still an enjoyable movie to go see. I think Evil Dead 2 is the best out of all the trilogy. Army of Darkness as well. But still, this Ashes to Ashes is a spoiler review. I'm just going to give you my pros, cons, and I'm going to tell you what happened. But I'm going to tell you really what I loved about this and what I didn't like or what I thought was kind of weird. Or we'll get to this right now. But here we go, man. First off, I got to tell you what happened to them. I'm a little bit offbeat here. But still, I think this is one of the best episodes out of the season. I think every episode has been either great or good. It's great or good. It's great or good. It's not going to be... there's never like a... that was a shitty episode. What was that? What is this? It's never one of those. It's always there. You know what I mean? Like, it's always there for me. It's just a perfect pacing. And I love how every episode where it stopped, the next episode, it begins right where it stopped. That's what I love about it. So anyway, Ash arrives at the cabin and Amanda's behind him. Now, to me, I'm thinking to myself, that's not Amanda. That's a fake Amanda. The evil force playing tricks on him. But it's actually Amanda. Wow, Sam, whoa. Mr. Raimi, what are you doing there, man? I thought you were playing tricks on us like that's not Amanda, but it ended up being Amanda. And you were kind of like, oh, well, could have been fake Amanda too. So anyway, they search the cabin and he goes to the tool shed in the back because he needs like the crowbar or whatever to get the, to go to the basement, the cellar where, popped like, hey, that old class. Like, he was like, don't go down there. This evil stuff. That's where it started. That where it ends. That's where it's going to end. He's going to bury it down there or something. Why not just destroy the book and chainsaw it and do all that stuff as well? I mean, you could just do that as well. But either way, Linda's head is in there, or Linda's skull, and he's like, hey, Linda, long time no see. I'm thinking to myself, if I had, let's just say that was my girlfriend, and her skull's in there from like 30 years later, I'd probably be like, have a little moment there, like a little tear fall down, like, that's my ex-girlfriend. I mean, like, he was such a dick, he just went in like, long time no see, Linda. Like, have some respect. I mean, you cut off your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend's head. Now, he's an ex, but his girlfriend's head, I mean, that's, I mean, she wasn't all that bad. I mean, I hope. I mean, it's a movie, even for Evil Dead 2, but, he kind of was just like, have a little respect. I know, Ash, come on, have a little moment there, a little dramatic moment. That would have been a little good. Either way, Linda's head there, and he's trapped in there. The door closes. He's like, oh, damn it. So he's trying to bust the door open and everything, but of course, Linda appears, like her full head and her wig and everything, like the 80s look, the 70s look, and, because that looked like a wig and a girl, and the decapitated and the thing, and she was like, hey, Ash, why don't you love me anymore? Why you brought that whore along? Hey, like all that whole nagging thing where you're kind of like, thank God I ended up killing this bitch. Because it was just so much nagging and everything. So either way, Amanda, she hears her partner. She's going a little crazy, not as crazy as Ash was, but she's like in the cabin. She's like, she can't even hear what's going on with Ash outside. She's just kind of reading, looking at stuff and everything, and Ash is behind her. You know, like, oh shit, Ash escaped and everything. Like, hey, Amanda, why don't we just leave? I'm good at running, so let's run. Let's just go. You know, forget all this. Let's just you and me. We go away. Maybe go and start a new life together. And then you're thinking, like, I'm thinking, this guy's not Ash. This they haven't even showed his other hand for one thing. And once they show his hand, it's the decapitated hand. Thus meaning, obviously, that it's evil Ash. He grew a clone. Evil Ash is back, man. Very good to have him. Evil Ash attacks Amanda. He seduces at the same time, and he ends up killing Amanda. And I'm literally thinking, like, damn, Bruce Campbell, when you're filming this, dude, you know, you're friends and everything, and then you have to, like, throw her around, like, and, like, you have to do all that. Very aggressive. You felt it. Very aggressive. She was trying to freaking, I think she got the cleavage and cuts off his decapitated hand. He's like, oh, I'm free. At least I still got one other hand to finish the job. And he grabs her, and he puts the cleaver, excuse me, cleavage. Oh my god, cleaver. Excuse me, I ruined the joke already. The cleaver and that's what I call cleavage. Something like that. I was like, I made me laugh so much. I don't know why. I should feel bad for Amanda, but it just made me laugh. Anyway, I feel bad because she ends up, like, falling down, but you have Bruce Campbell being evil Ash. He's like, oh, watch your step there. Whoa. And she ends up falling on the deer antlers, and I mean, it's no saving now. You're dead. You're dying. You're bleeding out. That's it. Game over, man. Game over. Press that reset button on the Nintendo 64. Not gonna work. It's over. Might as well just shut it off right now. So anyway, Amanda's dying. Ash gets out. He ends up seeing her. Pablo and Kelly out in the woods meet some travelers. One traveler's a little horny, and the other one's kind of like, well, we should help them. And the other guy's like, well, good at you, mate. Let's go help you. We're going to go back to the cabin. I'll show you where the cabin is. Yes, I will. Oh, why do you have a gun? Oh, I don't know the cabin now. Let's go, mate. Let's go see some cabin stuff. Then they go back into the cabin and all that, so they're doing that. Anyway, they arrive at the cabin. Ash versus Ash. They end up seeing the real Ash and seeing that, like, she's dead. Like, she was, like, at the end and everything, and the blood and blah, 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 and all that. So anyway, Ash is like, I didn't do that. There's another me running around. Why doesn't he just say, 30 years ago, old footage, I fought myself, blah, 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 all that. Wait, in Evil Dead 2, did he fight another Ash, or was that Army of Darkness? I know Army of Darkness, I felt like that was another evil Ash. I may be thinking of Army of Darkness of evil Ash. There's multiple evil Ash. I feel like there's been multiple. Don't quote me on this. Either way, I know best. So anyway, Ash versus Ash, they fight and everything, and soft balls, all that. So they're choking each other at the end, and that's the end of the episode. They're like, directed by. So, you know, like, what did I think about this episode, guys? I can tell you one thing I didn't like. I did not like that ending. I do not like the ending at all. Next week on Ash vs. Evil Dead, Ruby comes, she arrives, they're doing all that stuff. What was the point of ending it like that if you know something's going to go down next week? There's no point in doing that at all. I'm just saying, like, technically, there's no point in doing that. Also, why didn't Pablo and Kelly help when Ash was fighting Ash? Why didn't they go help? You would think they would be like, oh, Ash? Yeah? Like, they both say, yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. You know you would want to see that. Anyway, but I was like, really, Pablo, Kelly, help. You guys are right. Well, you're not going to even go check the noise. That's really, like, you're right there. Go help, man. So, the pros. I got a lot of pros. Those are my only cons, really. It wasn't that bad, was it? The pros. Seeing the cabin again, making it look the way it used to be. I love the cabin look. I love how accurate it looks. I miss it, man. I missed it so much. I feel like I have hair more. I just got a haircut. I love the look. I honestly love the look of the cabin. I think it looks perfect. I think it looks the way as close as it can be. The nostalgia in there. It's just the nostalgia was perfect. It had the right amount reminding you of Evil Dead 2. Just moments. You even heard the old Linda, and when he saw the grave and everything, the talking and everything, the whole, my girlfriend did a dance and everything. I was like, okay, he acknowledged that. That was pretty cool. Amanda, for her final episode, she really felt for Ash at the end, even though that wasn't really the Ash. When she was talking to evil Ash, that moment there where she felt for him and she was like, yeah, like, I like you, but she brought her emotions out at the end. And that was really, it's really sad because that wasn't really the real Ash, and Ash never got to really hear that side of her saying all that stuff to him. So it's kind of that's really a sad thing. But I think Amanda was perfect. I remember when episode 1 started 8 weeks ago, when I was like, this Amanda person, I don't know if I'm really gonna like her, this cop person. But at the end, she was a really likable character. I never felt like she was in the way. I felt like she had this purpose. But she helped Ash. They were going to do a relationship thing, and it turns out that everybody that Ash loves dies. So it has that purpose where once she had the knife in her and everything, I was like, everyone he loves dies. And Ash can never be a happy man until the Deadites are truly gone. And until he grows up and, stops being a childish person. Well, yeah, girls love childish people as well. I mean, maybe a childish girl as well. But, I mean, you have to have one person in a relationship that is at least a little more of an adult. The action in here, the action between Ash versus evil Ash, and the effects, the practical effects and the CGI effects were perfect. They didn't look bad. I love the whole, them fighting. Some you could tell it's a stunt double kicking him. That wasn't really, and then you have the shot to shot. Those were all perfect. And they didn't actually have them both shots that long. They have, that stunt double leg, stunt double arm, and then they have this, what Bruce needs to be in. But still, I love all that stuff. And I think they did it for the most part. Nothing was really noticeable. I even love the whole cheesy 80s when that bear trap was and he's doing it with his hand, like it was all like cheesy-ish. It just a throwback to nostalgia of the 80s as well. So that was really fun. And Evil Ash and Pablo and Kelly. I hope those Australian kids don't die. I really don't. I think, because for once, just don't kill off people you meet. It feels like every person you meet, they're going to die. Just keep them alive, or at least one of them alive at most, which is please be the girl. Please be the girl. But either way, whatever you want to go with. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give this episode an A-. I think it was a great episode. It wasn't awesome, but it was great. It was a good hint of nostalgia. It had awesome action in there. Now, the past 2 weeks of action were better, but still, Ash versus Ash was fun. I think we know Ruby's going to end up interrupting and everything, but we'll see what goes on, man. Tell me your thoughts down below. Tell me what you liked about it. Tell me what you hated. Or if, I think it was awesome. I didn't think it was awesome. I thought it was great. Excuse me, A-. It was great for what was needed, man. I think now that Amanda's gone, who knows? Maybe that was fake Amanda. No, obviously it was real Amanda. Ash, dude, he's just gonna be more devastated. So hopefully Ruby comes and doesn't make Ash more pissed off. Tell me your thoughts down below. Remember, stay groovy.